Let's look at an example to better understand what a process analysis essay entails and how it's structured. Introduction to Process Analysis Essay. A process analysis essay is designed to explain how something is done or how something works. It provides a step by step breakdown of the process, making it clear for readers who either want to replicate the process or simply understand it better. This essay type is particularly useful for instructional or informative purposes. Example of making a cup of tea. A simple yet effective example is explaining how to make a cup of tea. This process involves familiar steps like boiling water, steeping tea, and adding extras such as milk or sugar. By breaking these steps down into smaller, manageable parts, you ensure the reader understands each stage of the process and can replicate it. Step by step explanation. In any process analysis essay, it's crucial to provide detailed, logical steps. Each step should flow naturally into the next, ensuring that the reader can easily follow along. For instance, when making tea, the steps must follow a sequence. Boiling the water comes before pouring it over the tea leaves. Clear and concise explanations help ensure the process is both understandable and achievable for the reader. Let's walk through a simple example of a process, making a cup of tea. This process involves four clear steps. Boil water. Start by boiling water using a kettle or a pot. This is the foundational step for making tea, as it prepares the liquid base for the drink. Choose tea. Select the type of tea you'd like to brew. It could be black tea, green tea, herbal tea, or any variety you prefer. Add the tea leaves or tea bag to your cup. Let it steep. Pour the hot water into the cup over the tea. Allow it to steep for a few minutes, depending on the type of tea and the strength you prefer. This step is where the flavors develop. Add milk and sugar. Finally, customize your tea. Add milk, sugar, or any other sweeteners as per your preference. Stir to combine, and your tea is ready to enjoy. The first step in making a cup of tea is boiling the water. This might seem straightforward, but there are a few details to keep in mind to do this efficiently and effectively. Begin by filling the kettle with fresh, clean water. The quality of the water directly affects the taste of the tea, so it's best to avoid using water that has been sitting for too long. Place the kettle on the stove or turn on the electric kettle to heat the water. Measure the water carefully. Use enough to fill your teacup, but avoid boiling more water than necessary. This helps conserve electricity and makes the process more energy efficient. This step is critical as it sets the foundation for steeping the tea. Once the water reaches a boil, you're ready to move on to the next step. After boiling the water, the next step is to select the type of tea you want to enjoy and prepare it in the cup. Choose your tea. There are many varieties of tea to choose from, such as black, green, herbal, or flavored teas. You can use tea bags for convenience or opt for loose leaf tea for a more robust flavor. Add tea to the cup. Place the tea in your cup. If you're using a tea bag, simply drop it in. For loose leaf tea, it's a good idea to use a tea strainer or infuser to prevent the leaves from floating in your cup while steeping. This ensures a smooth and enjoyable tea drinking experience. This step is where you make a personal choice to customize the flavor of your tea, setting the stage for the next step, steeping the tea. After selecting your tea, the next step is to add the hot water to begin the steeping process. Let's break it down. Boil water. If you haven't already, make sure the water has been boiled, either using a kettle or a stove. Boiling water ensures the tea brews properly, releasing its full flavor and aroma. Pour hot water. Carefully pour the hot water into the cup over the tea bag or loose leaf tea. Fill the cup to your desired level, but leave some space if you plan to add milk or sugar later. This step is crucial because it begins the brewing process, allowing the tea to steep and infuse the water with its flavors. At this point, you should start to see the tea releasing its color and aroma into the water, setting the stage for the perfect cup of tea. The final step in making a cup of tea is to personalize it to your taste by adding milk, sugar, or any other preferred additions. After allowing the tea to steep for a few minutes, carefully remove the tea bag or strainer with the loose leaves. If you enjoy milk in your tea, add it now. You can use dairy milk, almond milk, oat milk, or any alternative you prefer. Add just enough to achieve your desired creaminess. For sweetness, stir in sugar, honey, or a sweetener of your choice. Adjust the amount based on your taste preferences. This step is all about customizing the tea to make it exactly how you like it. Once you've added and stirred in your preferred ingredients, your tea is ready to enjoy. Making a cup of tea is a simple yet satisfying process that anyone can master with a few clear steps. By starting with boiling water, selecting your preferred tea, steeping it to perfection, and finally customizing it with milk and sugar, you can create a suitable beverage. This process not only demonstrates the joy of a well prepared cup of tea, but also highlights the importance of attention to detail and personal preference in achieving the perfect result. Whether you're starting your day or winding down in the evening, a carefully made cup of tea can be a small but meaningful comfort in daily life.